Hi guys, my name's Toby Venning and I'm the Managing Director of Cross Digital, which is a health tech company based in the southwest of England. Since May 2020, we've won over £700,000 worth of Innovate UK funding, and our app is in the beta test phase at the moment, and will be in further operational use towards the end of 2023. My sort of background is more leadership, strategy, writing, marketing, and sales, really. And I suppose coming up with some ideas and future proofing the technology and thinking about the vision for the future. So our mission is to empower people to live with grace, joy, and dignity. Today, I would like to share with you some of the tools that we use for writing. So one of my favourite mentors is Jordan Peterson, and one of his brilliant books, I think 12 Rules for Life or 12 More Rules for Life, not the most original second name for a book, but who am I to question Jordan Peterson? And one of his brilliant statements is opportunity lurks where responsibility has been abdicated. And here in the UK, there's a lot of issues with our healthcare system. I think we think that the world looks in quite enviously of our healthcare system, but in fact, there's some real issues and challenges. And that's for us. That's where we decided we needed to try and make a difference. So today, I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the writing tools that we use and how we've come up with that narrative and that story, and how our own lives and our own experience have impacted that. So taking on board what Jordan Peterson said about opportunity lurks where responsibility has been abdicated, we decided we needed to go where the biggest challenge was and where ultimately we can make the biggest difference. And for us, that was the social care sector in the UK. There's about 1.5 million older people and vulnerable people who receive paid domiciliary care in the UK, and there's about 4 to 5 million informal carers, and again about 1.5 million people that work in the sort of social care sector, and then there's all sorts of people that are helping to prop it up, and it is directly integrated but sometimes not very well with our National Health Service, which is the sort of primary and secondary. Social care is more residential and care from people's homes. So for us, we originally wrote the first grant in May 2020. We were successful, won another 2 grants, and we've won another grant recently, which is going to take the platform to full development. But I'd like to talk to you today about some of the tools that we use now. If they'd been available at the time, we would have definitely used them as well. So firstly, I'd say that if you're particularly inspired about something, a change that you can make, and maybe it's not the next dating app, or maybe it's not the next fintech app. It might be that, but there's plenty of them, and perhaps that's not the best way to go if you're looking to get government funding, because they're trying to find the areas, maybe the less sexy areas that, but the real needs, where people are suffering or where there's a big opportunity to scale. So I'd recommend obviously going to Innovate UK's website and other grant funding in the European Union as well, or in what country you might be in. It's always good to see whether what you're inspired to change is aligned with government policy and what they're trying to achieve, because if it is, there's a good chance they'll invest, or you can win grant funding from them, which means you don't have to dilute and lose your shareholding so early on, which obviously isn't good. It's not good later on if you're trying to raise investment, because investors want to see that you have skin in the game, you've got a big shareholding. But also if it's your business and you've started it, you want to hang on to as much of it as possible whilst you can. So yeah, grant funding is a brilliant way to basically hire a team that is going to help you achieve that mission. Pay their wages, pay your own wages, pay subcontractors, developers, whatever it might be. So I'd definitely recommend going to Innovate UK's website and basically looking at what's available, and you might get some ideas from there. After that, I would actually just start the application, or at least get the application headers and move it into either Google Docs or Word, or a new tool that I've been using, which has limitations but is absolutely brilliant, is called Essay, and that's Jordan Peterson's tool. Really like it. It's great. Obviously he's a bestsellers in his books, and he was a Harvard professor. I think he's brilliant. I think he's great. So maybe I'm biased, but the tool itself is really good. I think it's like $6 a month. There's a free trial as well. But it's really good to help you structure essays, reports, business plans, whatever it might be, and really challenge you. Has a sort of 4-phase process. The main headers, and then just get everything down, and then challenge each sentence. Can I write that better? And then restructure the whole essay. I think it's a really good tool to use. So I'd definitely recommend that. In terms of background research, when you're using Essay, it's good to find out a bit more about the subject, and I've been absolutely smashing ChatGPT. Pretty much when it came out, I was one of the sort of early adopters. Probably the first 100,000 people using it I was one of them, and I feel like it's incumbent on me to share that with friends, families, colleagues, and I think now 100 million people are using it, but when you first see someone using it, it's brilliant to see their sort of face light up about a problem that they've been looking to solve. So absolutely brilliant. I'd also recommend Grammarly. I've been using that for a few years now. I use it for emails, for text messages, WhatsApp, report writing, business plans, everything really. I think it's good. It's still got a long way to go, but I think really good. Obviously improving my grammar. It's helped me learn a lot more, and also the tonality of what I'm writing. Sometimes I'd write things and actually that's not the tone I mean, or actually I want to be more assertive or more kinder, or whatever it might be, more compelling. So I think that's been a really good tool to use for me. I would say that the main tools that I've used for writing is, obviously you need to be inspired initially about what you're writing, so make sure whatever you're writing about there's purpose to it. And then, do some research with ChatGPT, or find a way to be inspired by using Innovate UK or other areas that you're really inspired to write about. And then use Essay, which is Jordan Peterson's tool, and accompanied with all that is Grammarly. So like I say, some of those tools weren't available when we won our grants, but they've become now an integral part of all the writing I do. The emails I send, the business plans I write, the reports I have to do, and it's just made me so much more efficient. Hope you found this interesting. Hit me up in the comments if you want any links or any support. Always happy to help, and if you have a great business idea, happy to for you to run it past me. Always happy to help. Thank you.